I have no words. I have no words after what we got tonight on NXT. No words whatsoever. None. Zilch. Zero. Nothing. Nada. How am I supposed to review the show tonight? How am I supposed to sit here and give you guys a full-fledged review on this show tonight? It's amazing how what 1 hour does on a live television show. It's amazing, right? I don't want to sound like a fucking broken record, but for some reason, I have to. What is the difference between NXT and the main roster? Your intelligence is never insulted in NXT. Never! Unlike Raw and SmackDown that we got this week, NXT does not insult your intelligence. Folks, what we got tonight on NXT between Keith Lee and DOMINIK Dijakovic could be, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best NXT TV matches of the entire year. Of the entire year. We'll go over everything on this show tonight. Ho ho. Believe me, I have no words on this show tonight. No words. What can I say about this show tonight that I haven't said every single week? I just don't know. I just don't know. Triple H is getting ready for USA Network. He's getting ready for it. No question he is. Come on, folks. You think Triple H wants a war with All Elite Wrestling? No, he doesn't. If anything, Triple H is going to let NXT do the talking. People like Velveteen Dream, people like Keith Lee, people like DOMINIK Dijakovic, people like Undisputed Era, people like Adam Cole, Gargano, soon to return Tommaso Ciampa. Now, Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae. I have no idea. What do you want me to say about this show tonight? I'm not even gonna hold you guys. This was one of the best NXT shows we got all year. All year. All year. NXT in 1 hour. And it's amazing how 1 hour does justice. 1 hour of NXT tonight. Well, as a matter of fact, like 50 minutes, 55 minutes of NXT tonight was better than 5 hours of Raw and SmackDown combined. You look back at that DOMINIK Dijakovic Keith Lee match that we got tonight. That has to be the focal point for NXT on the USA Network. Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler. I can get behind this feud. I clearly can. Although I don't watch NXT UK, but I have seen Rhea Ripley before on the Mae Young Classic, I believe 2 years ago or last year, something like that. I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, we've seen Rhea Ripley for the past 2 years on the Mae Young Classic. She's improved. She's improved. People have told me on Twitter that Rhea Ripley is a goddess right now in NXT UK and ongoing to NXT. This is a good move. Having Rhea Ripley to NXT, who else does Shayna has to feud with? She's being Io. She's being Mia Yim. She's being Bianca Belair. She hasn't faced Candice LeRae yet, which I'm assuming will happen eventually down the road. Now you got Pete Dunne in NXT. Now you got Rhea Ripley. NXT right now is even more stacked than it is before. Because why? NXT UK. If they're done with NXT UK, you call them right up to NXT. And believe me, when they're built up at NXT, they'll be made into a better superstar than ever before. Believe me. We'll go over everything on this show right here on the official NXT review for your Wednesday, August 28th, 2019. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Wednesday, August 28th, 2019. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. If you guys enjoyed NXT tonight, I know I did for sure. I know I did for sure. If you guys enjoyed NXT tonight, hit that like button. Smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Leave a comment down below. What was your favorite part of NXT tonight? I know what mine was. Keith Lee and DOMINIK Dijakovic. When you have somebody like Keith Lee deliver a Spanish fly, motherfucker, you have my attention. Keith Lee, DOMINIK Dijakovic, you have my attention. Where the fuck did that come from? Keith Lee, the size of Keith Lee, delivering a Spanish fly. I'm done. I'm done. Easily one of the best NXT matches of the entire year. You gotta display this at a takeover. You have to. I even said it. You have to display Keith Lee and DOMINIK Dijakovic at a takeover. You just have to. They will get over with the takeover crowd. Yeah, sure, they're over with the Full Sail crowd. Every single time they're there, they're over. They're over as fuck. Can you imagine this matchup that we got tonight between Keith Lee and DOMINIK Dijakovic at a takeover? At a takeover? Come on, folks. You cannot tell me you put those two men at a takeover, they won't get over. This has to be the focal point of NXT going to the USA Network. We have to see shit like this every single week. I cannot stress this enough. I just can't. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure also to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Turn on those bells for all notifications. Episode 4 of Crash Team Racing live in the channel right now. You guys will get episode 5 tomorrow with Crash's Cup. I believe that's what the cup's called. Tomorrow. You guys will get that tomorrow. Episode 4 live on the channel right now. Episode 52 of the Reality Podcast live on the channel right now as well. Episode 53 as well live on the channel right now, as well as Raw Review from this past Monday and SmackDown Live from last night on Tuesday. All these videos will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper right hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you are following me on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, and Snapchat, Chris was Hayden. And like I said, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below and turn on those bells, guys, for notifications. Let's begin NXT review tonight from Full Sail University. NXT kicked off tonight with Io Shirai. Now, I love her entrance. Her entrance is phenomenal. Love it. Love it. Io Shirai goes one-on-one with Cammy Fields. The match was good for what it was. Technically, Io was just there to put her shit there, obviously. Obviously, Cammy Fields was not going to have any type of advantage coming into this matchup. But, obviously, Io Shirai went here. Shirai with a drop kick after the bell rings. Like, immediately, she just went straight to the fucking point. Shirai with punches to Fields. Shirai with a running back elbow into the corner, and she sets for a tiger driver, but Fields with forearms. Shirai with a forearm. Shirai goes for a tiger driver again, and Fields with a back body drop, and Shirai lands with her feet. Impressive move there. Shirai with a palm strike and running double knees into the corner. Io walks across the chest and goes up top for a moonsault and hits it. But Shirai pulls Fields up before the 3 count. Shirai with I forgot what this move is called. The Harakuchu? I forgot. I can't even pronounce that name, honestly. It's a clutch. Obviously, Io Shirai, I can't even pronounce the fucking name here. Excuse me. But Io with a clutch submission and Fields taps out. Io wins. After the match, Io goes under the ring and gets a kendo stick. Candice LeRae makes her way to the ring and takes the kendo stick from Shirai, but Shirai is able to avoid LeRae's swings of the kendo sticks. So there you go right there. Obviously, this feud is not done between Shirai and Candice LeRae. It's not done yet, obviously. Obviously, you did what you did at TakeOver. Toronto. You did what you did back at TakeOver. The match is fantastic between Io and Candice. Fantastic. Probably one of the best women's matches of the entire year. Something in the back of my mind is telling me that they're going to fight again at TakeOver War Games. Probably for the #1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship, which will probably take place at TakeOver Houston. Back at when we get to 2020 in January. Probably that. Because if Lorraine came out of nowhere and saved Cammy Fields, this feud's not done yet. The feud ain't done yet between Candice and Io. It's not done yet. What's the payoff? Probably at War Games. Or, this is how I'm booking it right now. Io's going to look strong. Would I book Io to go up against a Shayna Baszler? No. You have no idea how many times we've seen Io versus Shayna. No. Especially with Io as a heel against another heel in Shayna. It's only a matter of time before Shayna Baszler even gets called up to the main roster. It's only a matter of time. How I'm booking this is just simple. After War Games, I would book Io versus Candice at War Games. I would have Candice beat Io at TakeOver War Games. Candice becomes the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship because Candice is bound to get at least a title shot. She's bound for it anyways. It's destiny anyways. I would have Candice going up against Shayna at TakeOver Houston, Rumble weekend in January in Houston. Then from there, I would have Candice win the championship from Shayna Baszler. Shayna will get called up to the main roster, and then we get Io versus Candice, this time at TakeOver Tampa, WrestleMania weekend for the NXT Women's Championship. And that's when you have the championship on Io. That's what I'm doing. The payoff to this feud is TakeOver Tampa, WrestleMania weekend. That's going to be the payoff. Now, obviously, what are you going to do with Rhea Ripley? Don't know. I wouldn't even have, if Ripley is going to stay at NXT for the majority of 2020, I would have Rhea Ripley going up against probably Io. Probably at the next TakeOver, after the TakeOver Tampa, for the NXT Women's Championship. And then both those ladies can feud over the NXT Women's title. And then Io will most likely get called up, if anything, next summer. She'll probably get called up because you still got to build up her new heel persona. You still got to build that up for a good year to a point where it's dominant and unstoppable. I think Rhea is just there to feud with Shayna until we get to Candice. Until eventually we'll get to Candice. But expect women's wrestling in NXT to be a focal point in 2020. I think so. So Io gets a victory over Cammy Fields on NXT TV. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are in the back getting ready for the tag team title match against the Street Profits. We are back with a Kushida video package. He says he will face anyone and that time belongs to him. We haven't even seen Kushida in almost a month? Almost 3 weeks to a month? Good! Everybody does not have to be featured on NXT every single week. Especially when NXT is going to be featured, 2 hours on the USA Network? How are they going to fill up NXT? How? A 2-hour show. 1 hour is just good enough. 2 hours, I think is going to be a fucking overkill. 2 hours, I think, for NXT is going to be a complete overkill. Unless if they have 1 hour for one taping and then the other hour for the next tapings. That I wouldn't mind. But a full 2-hour show? Everybody does not have to be featured on NXT every single week. It's going to be bad to a point where we see this guy every single week. Like, for example, we see Kushida every single week. We're going to get tired of him because he's featured every single week. Ricochet's been featured every single week since he's been called up to the main roster. Look at him now. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this 2-hour show with NXT starting in a few weeks? I guess, in a few weeks? 2 weeks from now? 2-3 weeks from now, I think. on the USA Network because they will debut on September the 18th. Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic. This was a 5-star classic. I have no words. When you have somebody, and I said this earlier, when you have somebody like Keith Lee perform a Spanish fly, you have my attention. Keith Lee, in the beginning of this, did not have my attention. He was great in the ring, yeah, but he didn't have my attention. Now, after this match against Dijakovic, bro, you have my attention. Dominik Dijakovic, you have my attention. Mind you, I think this was Dominik's first match back since, I believe, tearing his meniscus a few months ago. I believe this was Dominik's first match back since his knee injury. And of course, you got to put him in a match against Keith Lee. I don't mind. I don't mind. This match was unbelievable. And like I said, you put this matchup on a takeover show, they will get over. Give them 15, 20 minutes at a takeover show, olvídalo. Forget about it. Forget about it. You put those two men at a takeover, God knows what else those two men could do. I'm telling you. Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic, they're the future of this company known as NXT. They are the future of NXT. They are. Either North American Championship material or NXT Championship material. No matter what. No matter what. Those two men delivered a 5-star classic tonight. And I would go back and watch this match many, many times, as much as possible. This match was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Loved it. I mean, I just have no words on what to even say about this match. I even don't know. I even just don't know, bro. Dijakovic with a boot to the head. Lee misses a punch, and Dijakovic with a super kick and Frostberry flop onto Lee on the floor. Dijakovic sends Lee back into the ring. Dijakovic goes up top and goes for a cannonball up the turnbuckles, but Lee catches Dijakovic and tosses Dijakovic back to the mat and catches Dijakovic. Lands on his feet. I apologize there. I just lost the words there. That Dijakovic with a series of kicks, followed by a back elbow. Dijakovic with a suplex throw. Dijakovic goes up top and hits a moonsault for a near fall. Dominik goes up and Lee stops Dominik. Dominik with punches, but Lee with a forearm to the back. I think I missed the Spanish. No, I got it right here. Dominik punches Lee onto the turnbuckles, and Lee is on top. Is on the top rope. Dominik with punches, and Lee hits a Spanish fly for a near fall. At this point, fans were chanting NXT, NXT, NXT. My God. I thought, listen, the Spanish fly, normally on a Spanish fly, it looks fucking beautiful. But the way that Keith Lee performed the Spanish fly, I thought that he was going to land on his neck. But still, a pretty move. A man of Lee's size should not be doing a Spanish fly. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. Keith Lee, after watching this matchup, my God, his stock went up in NXT. No question. Lee hits a Spanish fly for a near fall. Lee pulls Dominik into position and Lee goes up top. Dominik stops Lee and both men are on the turnbuckles again. Lee with elbows and a back elbow to knock Dijakovic to the mat. Lee stays on the turnbuckles and Dominik Dijakovic with a kick to the leg and crotches Lee. Dominik with Io Shirai for the 3 count. And my God, everybody gave a standing ovation as soon as the match is over. Those two men deserve a round of applause after this match. My God, this fucking match was fucking crazy. After this match tonight, watching both Dominik and Keith Lee, you have to push both those men. You have to. Those two men deserve to be pushed. It's just no question. It's just no question. It's just no fucking question whatsoever. This match is fantastic. If you guys missed this match, go watch this matchup. This match was a classic. An absolute classic. I gotta give right there, man. I have to. Those two men fought. They almost killed each other in this match. But Dominik was the better man in this match tonight over Keith Lee. We take a look back at Johnny Gargano. Johnny's father says that Johnny told him that he wanted to become a wrestler instead of going to college. Johnny says no one has more heart in that ring. Nothing will stop him from putting the best show possible. We see Gargano and Ciampa winning NXT Tag Team titles. Then we see Ciampa's betrayal. Johnny says his goal from day one was to be the NXT champion. We see Johnny winning the title against Adam Cole. It was a fantastic video package of Gargano there. Shane Thorne all of a sudden interrupts to talk about Gargano. He says Johnny is the past while he is the future. What about his streak? He says Johnny Gargano is nothing as we go to commercial. I am sensing a feud between Shane Thorne and Johnny Gargano. Everybody was fearing that Gargano was going to get called up to the main roster after TakeOver Toronto. If that was the case, he would have gotten called up on the Raw and SmackDown after SummerSlam. But did he get called up? No. This is automatically telling me that Gargano wants to finish his feud with Tommaso Ciampa. And I think that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. And I said this on the podcast. I said this on NXT Review as well just a few weeks ago. The only person right now in NXT that's going to take the title from Adam Cole is Tommaso Ciampa. Hell, I wouldn't even push Matt Riddle because he's still fucking up on social media according to what I'm seeing. He's still fucking up on social media. Now, who knows if Triple H is letting this happen with Matt Riddle on social media or he's just doing it on his own. The more Matt Riddle fucks up, and I know I'm fucking off topic here, but who cares? The more Matt Riddle fucks up, the more most likely Ciampa is going to get that call back to NXT and claim what's his. Mind you, and also I want to tell you guys this right now. Ciampa never lost the NXT Championship. He never lost the title to begin with. Never pinned, never submit, nothing. Ciampa had to relinquish the championship because of his neck. Who says Cole's next opponent? It could be Riddle for War Games. It could be. It could be. That was the original match for SummerSlam between Riddle and Cole. From what I've heard, that was the original plan for TakeOver Toronto. But they gave it back to Johnny because they have to finish that feud with Johnny and Cole. Who does Adam Cole face at TakeOver? War Games for the NXT title. Are you gonna do Matt Riddle? Or are you gonna do a returning Tommaso Ciampa? I think if anything, I'd do Ciampa. I wouldn't even give Matt Riddle the NXT Championship. Yeah, he's great, but would I give him the title? No. No. Until Matt Riddle learns this lesson, he's not winning no championship in NXT. None. Until he learns his lesson. And once he learns his lesson, then you push him. As of right now, for TakeOver War Games, I'm predicting it's going to be Cole and Ciampa. I think Ciampa is going to avenge for Cole. No, I think Ciampa is gonna avenge for Gargano. He beats Cole, and then from there, all hell breaks loose. I booked this before many times. You have Ciampa beat Cole for the NXT Championship at TakeOver War Games. Gargano gives Ciampa a taste of his own medicine on what he did to Gargano 2 years ago at NXT TakeOver Chicago Backlash weekend in 2017. Ciampa is going to feel what he did to Gargano 2 years ago. Believe me, it's coming. Because Gargano, A, has nothing better to do on NXT. He has nothing else to do. What can he do? What can he do? Finish the feud against Ciampa. That's the only thing he's there for. Other than that, Gargano would have been called up to NXT already. He would have been called up already. I think Gargano is there now to NXT. He's waiting for Ciampa to come back. I think NXT TakeOver Toronto wrote Gargano off of TV until Ciampa comes back. And once Ciampa comes back and he wins the title, that's when you bring back Gargano. And that's when you do the heel turn for Gargano. Because let me ask you this question. If people think that Tommaso Ciampa is going to come back as a heel, you're fucking wrong. If you watch the WWE PC YouTube channel on the documentary on Ciampa, do you think for a second Ciampa is going to be a babyface? Yes. Do you think Ciampa is going to come back as a heel? No. No, he's not. Ciampa's not going to come back as a heel. He'll be a babyface. If anything, you have Gargano turn heel on Ciampa. And then you give me Ciampa, Gargano, Hell in a Cell, NXT TakeOver Tampa, WrestleMania weekend for the NXT Championship. And that will be Gargano's last match at TakeOver in NXT. It's going to be against Tommaso Ciampa. No one else. No one else. So I think we're getting a feud between Shane Thorne and Gargano. Okay. I'm okay with it, I guess. But let's see how NXT builds this up. Let's see how. We're back with a look at what happened last week when Shayna Baszler invited Mia Yim to join her, Marina Shafir, and Jessamine Duke. We see Mia Yim confronting William Regal, and she wants Shayna. William Regal says Mia had a chance at TakeOver. Yes, you did. You had your chance at TakeOver. You had your chance, and you lost. And you lost. NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler makes her way to the ring with Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. Before Shayna can even talk, she's interrupted by Rhea Ripley. And the promo that Rhea Ripley cut on Shayna Baszler, my God, made me even lose my words even more. Rhea takes the mic from Shayna, and she knows what Shayna is going to say. You are going to say, you have beaten everyone here, but you haven't beaten me, bitch. Let me repeat that. This is what Rhea Ripley said. Rhea takes the mic from Shayna, and she knows what Shayna is going to say. You are going to say you haven't beaten everyone here, but you haven't beaten me, bitch. And drops the microphone. Short, sweet, straight to the point. I love that. I absolutely love that. Straight to the point. No. Rhea just there. Calls Shayna a bitch. That's it. I think we're getting a feud between Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler. I think so. I think so. And hey, I ain't gonna complain. Shayna needs new competitors. She needs new people. She needs new people to feud. She already beat Bianca. She already beat Mia. She already beat Io. Get through Rhea Ripley. And then eventually we get Shayna and Candice, which I'm predicting will be at TakeOver Houston for the NXT Women's Championship. I think so. I think so. I love it. Hey, I love it. I'm okay with it. And you know what, folks? You ain't gonna get no one complaint out of me, folks. You're really not. We go to an interview earlier today with Pete Dunne. Pete says, look at what he's done by the age of 25. The rules that apply to everyone else don't apply to him. He goes where he wants, when he wants. It doesn't mean he's done with NXT UK. If he sees something he wants, he will take it. Everybody saw the North American Championship was going to be his until Velveteen Dream grabbed the referee's arm. Anyone who wants to step to him, he will break your fingers and he will break your spirit. Man, do I love Pete Dunne. Jesus Christ. Listen, just give me a Pete Dunne versus Tommaso Ciampa match for the NXT Championship. That's it. That's all I want. Give me a Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa match for the NXT Championship. My God. My God. We see the NXT Tag Team Champions getting ready for their title defense. We are back, and next week we are getting Velveteen Dream going one-on-one with Konya Reeves. And then also we are getting Adam Cole defending the NXT Championship against Jordan Myles, the winner of the NXT Breakout Tournament. Okay. Should be good. Can't wait. Can't wait. We get Velveteen Dream in action next week. And also Adam Cole, baby. Finally, guys, main event, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly going up against the Street Profits for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Now, due to the fuck finish that was at TakeOver Toronto, because I believe Bobby Fish was the illegal man here, and he was pinned. So obviously they were due for a match again. Luckily, this match didn't happen at another TakeOver. Attention to detail, folks. If you saw Raw Monday night, Street Profits, Enzo Dawkins and Montez Ford were not, I'm going to repeat, they were not carrying the NXT Tag Team titles. So I'm going to sit here and assume that they lost the titles in this match tonight. And guess what? They did. Undisputed Era becomes the first team in NXT history to become 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions. The prophecy is almost there. The prophecy is 75% done. The prophecy of the Undisputed Era is 75% done. Adam Cole's NXT champion. We found out tonight that Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are now NXT Tag Team Champions. All we need is fucking Roderick Strong to become the NXT North American Champion. And then Undisputed Era will complete their prophecy of carrying all the gold in NXT. Boy, I love gold. Man, do they look good in gold. Jesus Christ, dude. My God. Fuck. Main event, guys. NXT Tag Team Championship match. Don't mind me. I'm just excited because of fucking NXT tonight. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. This match is good. Was it better than the match at TakeOver Toronto? No. It wasn't. It was a great TV match though. Great matchup though. Great match. Dawkins gets Fish on the shoulders, but Fish with a sleeper hold. Dawkins with a snapmare. Kyle. I'm just bugging. Excuse me, folks. Kyle tags in, but Angelo with a German suplex to Fish. Kyle with a clip, followed by a chasing the dragon for a near fall. Kyle with a heel hook, and Ford pushes Fish into Kyle and Angelo to break up the submission hold. All four men are in the ring, and Ford punches Fish. Kyle with a punch to Ford. Dawkins with punches to Kyle and Bobby. Kyle kicks Ford in the leg, and Fish with a dragon screw leg whip. Dawkins with a spine buster to Fish, and then he punches Kyle. Dawkins catches Kyle, but Kyle with a triangle. Dawkins picks up Kyle and hits the buckle bomb. Ford tags in, and Dawkins with a splash onto the corner. Ford with a Uranagi there. Dawkins goes up top and hits the frog splash. Fish pulls Kyle out of the ring on the cover. Ford with a plancha onto Fish and O'Reilly. Dawkins with a spear to Kyle, but Fish with a knee to Dawkins. Ford misses a frog splash, but then Bobby and Kyle with a high-low combination for the 3 count. So Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, they are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. After the match, the Undisputed Era celebrate on the stage. Adam Cole with the NXT Championship. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are now NXT Tag Team Champions, and poor little Roddy does not have gold on him yet. And then they do this, and then from there the show goes off the air. This was a fantastic episode of NXT. A fantastic episode tonight of NXT. No cap. No cap. This show was really good. Was it better than Raw and SmackDown combined? You're damn right it was. You're damn right. You're damn right. This has to be, these type of shows have to be the focal point when they go to the USA Network on September 18th. We have to see these type of shows on a weekly basis. I know NXT is going to deliver on the USA Network. Raw and SmackDown, not so much. Not so much. But then there will be people on social media hating on NXT. There's going to be people on social media defending Raw and SmackDown on a weekly basis. There's just nothing that we can do. People are mental. If you thought Raw and SmackDown was good this week, you're fucking mental. You're fucking mental. NXT, I just don't know why Vince just copies and pastes what NXT is doing. It's just easy. They have a great tag team division. NXT has a great women's division. And NXT has a great main event scene. Raw and SmackDown is just copy and paste every single week. Wild card rule has to be abolished immediately. Immediately. And on top of that, I don't want to see no main roster stars going to NXT. I don't want to see it. Leave it the way it is. If it ain't broke, folks, don't fix it. Don't touch on my NXT. Don't. This is my NXT. Don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it. NXT was a great show tonight, and I'm looking forward to next week with Adam Cole defending the NXT Championship against Jordan Miles and Velveteen Dream going one-on-one in a non-title match against Cody Reeves. NXT should be good next week. It should be good next week. But right now, I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to record Crash for you guys. Well, I already have it recorded, but I got to record next week's episode as well here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoy NXT, please smash that like button. Leave a comment down below what was your favorite part of NXT tonight. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Turn on those guys for notifications. Episode 4 of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel Road to Glory live on the channel right now. Episode 52 and 53 of the Reality Podcast live on the channel right now, as well as Monday Night Raw Review and SmackDown Review. You can catch all these videos in the annotation above that you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you are following me on social media, Twitter, Chris from Loring, and Snapchat, Chris was hated. And like I said, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Turn on those guys for notifications. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode number 5 of Crash Team Racing Road to Glory. Until then, I am Chris. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all over social media. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode number 5 of Crash Team Racing Road to Glory. Until then, I am Chris. Talk to you guys later.